Hi, welcome to Get Strong with Kaizzad. There's a lot more to the bench press and a lot more to any exercise that you do and any lift that you do than moving the weight around. In fact, any exercise or any lift is about moving the weight around, but if you want to lift the maximum amount of weight, if you want to move the maximum amount of weight, form and technique is extremely important. As I'd mentioned to you all earlier, that form and technique is not just about keeping yourselves injury free. Form and technique is about performing better. That means that if your form and technique is good, you will lift heavier, or rather you will lift the heaviest possible weight that you're capable of at the current musculature that you all have. In strength training, it's all about using the technique that allows you to lift the maximum weight possible. You see, as I've mentioned before, your muscles are dormant servants, okay? The muscles don't really initiate any work. Upon the command of the CNS, the muscle will shorten and lengthen, and that's how you create movement at every joint, right? And hence, the muscle really doesn't know what it's doing, but the CNS knows what it's doing. And the CNS, or the central nervous system, needs to know that to lift any weight, whatever that might be, needs to be lifted by the entire body. That's when you can actually lift. There are people who talk about isolating the pectorals and the deltoids and the triceps, or that only the pectorals should be working. You need to rethink that. The pectorals do work. Finally, to get technical, there's shoulder adduction happening. Now the shoulder adduction that happens, that is the hand comes to the midline of the body. This movement can only be done by pectorals. If your joint action is correct, don't worry about the pectorals, whether they get involved or not. One of the stupidest notions in weight training especially is this whole mind-muscle link. The mind needs to link to the task at hand. The task at hand is lowering the bar and raising it. Okay? And the point is, if you have legs, why are you not including it in the exercise? Yes, it is supposed to be a pectoral exercise. One way of excelling at a lift, excelling at an exercise, one way of performing it at its very best is that you are doing the bench press not for a well-developed pectoral. That's going to happen by default. You are doing the bench press because you want to get better at the bench press. The lift is the end. It is not a means to an end.